I'm Heather from Here Booktubes, and today is my TBR for the summer fling. This is going through all of August. I'm a minute late to post my picks for this, but it's all good. I'm sure you'll get used to it. I will link the hosts below. I know that Sarah is the main one. I'm not exactly sure who else are officially hosts, but I'll link them all below. And here's the books I want to read. First of all, I'm a complete and total mood reader. My brain completely decides to ignore me if I try and tell it what we're going to read. So these are ones that were already on my TBR, already things that I wanted to read, and hopefully I can outsmart myself and still manage to read all of these in August. Regardless, these would be great picks for you if your brain listens to you a little bit better than mine does. First prompt is Down Home Country. For this I picked Something About That Boy by Lynn Vale. This takes place in Texas, so I'm going to call it good. It is about a high school king who has to transfer because his best friend hates him now or something like that. Obviously, that's not a legitimate reason, so I don't know what's going on, but that's what the blurb said. So he switches schools and he is trying to become like the main football player and stuff again because we can't just be nobody. Perry hates school, she hates her peers, she's just looking to get out. He falls for her like right away, I believe, but he also brings trouble with him that almost gets her killed. So that's everything I know, and it's something I want to read. Second prompt is Big City Life. For this I picked The Rival Roomies, which is number 3 in the Rooftop crew. I've not read the previous 2 books, by Piper Rayne. They are grown adults who are roommates, so I'm pretty sure it takes place in the city, and that's why I'm going with it. It was finally available from my library. I've been looking forward to reading it. She has a huge crush on her roommate, would never act on it, but then his rival moves in across the hall, I believe, and is very interested in her. And now, all of a sudden, Dylan is interested too, so I believe it has good banter and a fun premise, so here we go. Number 3 is An Author of Color. For this I picked Let Me Show You, which is number 3 in the McClain brothers by Alexandria House. I've been loving Alexandria House's books. The previous 2 brothers were both celebrities. One was a famous rapper, one was an NBA player, and I believe that this guy is just your normal average guy, but he is the smart one, the driven one, and Bridget is a character that we've had in the previous 2 books as well. She's also really driven, and they have nothing really to do with each other romantically until her past comes back to haunt her and he steps in, and I'm excited. Alexandria House's heroes treat their women so incredibly well. I'm sure this will be nothing less than amazing. Number 4 is Hot and Spicy. For this I picked Yes Daddy by Dani Wyatt. I figured the title probably indicated that it was hot and spicy. He hits her with his car while she's running away from something in the rain. She's a really smart intern at the DA's office, and he walks on the wrong side of the law. So I also believe it's insta-love, and we shall see where that takes us. Number 5 is Dark and Dangerous. For this I picked Crowed, which is number 2 in the Team Zero series by Rina. This was originally the first book written in the series, but she since added a prequel, which is actually number 1, which is what I have read. This one is about an entire team of hitmen, I believe, and she embraced death. He was a killer. He came to kill her, and if he doesn't kill her, since she's a loose end, they'll both end up being destroyed. I have a spoiler alert. I'm pretty sure she's not gonna die. I don't think he's gonna kill her. I'm pretty sure the story does something else, but I really enjoy Rina. She writes sociopaths, and for some reason, I find that very attractive. Number 6, we have Sweet and Clean. For this, I did twist the prompt a little bit. I picked The Baker's Guide to Risky Rituals, which is Sweet Pea Mysteries, number 1 by Kathryn Moon. Her other books that I've read were reverse harem fantasy books. I have really enjoyed her as an author. This is a kitchen witch, and she is trying to protect, along with her coven, their town from the King of Hell. He came to destroy everything about the town, but meets her and decides that he's developing a sweet tooth. That's all I know. I really enjoy the author, and I'm looking forward to it. Number 7 is Road Trip, and I have to thank Bree from 11 Words for giving me this book prompt idea, because she made a whole video about Lauren Rose books. I had already read Misadventures of a College Girl and loved it, and didn't realize that that was the author. And so she suggested the Morgan Brothers series. I read the first book, Hero, ripped my freaking heart out. And then she mentioned that this book, Ball Peen Hammer, is a road trip book. So it's in my prompts. Anyways, all that to say, Ball Peen Hammer, Morgan Brothers #3 by Rowe. And I've only read the first book in the series, but the second book takes place like the same time as this book or something like that. You can read them out of order. So he is a male stripper and he's also an introvert, and this is like a family friend, I believe, and she's stuck on a road trip with him. And I can't wait. #8 is Friends to Lovers. I am not a fan of this trope, so I went ahead and went with my favorite author, which is Kristen Ashley. This is Jagged, which is #5 in the Colorado Mountains series. I have jumped all around this series, have read it completely out of order, and it's fine. So Zara always knew that Ham was the one, but he didn't want to commit. When she found somebody that would commit, he left. 3 years later, he's back. She's divorced. Everything has fallen apart. She's lost everything. He wants to give her everything, but he has to convince her that he's for real and doesn't have commitment issues anymore. So I'm so excited. I love Kristen Ashley. There's nothing not to love. #9 is Diversity. For this I picked I Think I Might Love You by Kristen C. Jones. This is a novella rom-com with a walking disaster of a main character, and I'm pretty sure the hero is just trying to stay out of her way so he's not collateral damage. I got this as a recommendation from Mina Reads. I've had it on my list for a while and really want to get to it. #10 is Disability Rep, and for this I picked Get a Life, Chloe Brown by Talia Hibbert. I've not read this book. I'm pretty sure everyone's like #1 recommendation for disability rep and romance. Main character is chronically ill. I believe she actually has fibromyalgia and has made a list of things to do to actually live a little bit. She's not a big fan of Fred, I believe, but he ends up being her teacher for the list, and they fall in love, and it's going to be wonderful. #11 is Old School Historical. I am not in the mood for historical whatsoever. Definitely not old school, because I'm pretty sure they're always a million pages, and like I said, I'm not in the mood for historical romance. So I fudged this. I was like, this is like about a Viking. It counts. It's not even about a Viking. It's like about a dragon rider. So this doesn't apply at all, but I'm gonna read it, maybe. I mean, it's on the list. It's Hollen the Soulless, a fantasy romance. Dokiri Brides, book #1 by Denali Day. She's going to fulfill a marriage contract for her family, and he captures her on the way. She's still trying to escape and fulfill the marriage contract, and he is saying that she's his bride, and here we are. #12 is Category Romance. For this I picked Betting on Fate, Serve #4 by Katie Robert. I haven't read the rest of this series. Penelope loves to steal clients from Will. They make a bet, and her losing means being his personal submissive for a week. And it goes from there. And I love me some submissive and dominant vibes. And I really enjoy Katie Roberts. I haven't read a book by her that I hated, so we're gonna go with it. I figured it was a sure bet on a category romance that I would like. Also, OBS, it was available from my library, so there we have it. That's it. That's all the books I want to read for the summer fling in August. Apparently August is Romance Recognition Month or something like that. I read romance all the time, so I'll be reading the same amount as usual. But I am excited about this and have enjoyed watching other people's videos and seeing what they're doing for the prompts. So hope you tag along and enjoy it. And let me know what you're reading or if you have a video about your TBR. So thanks so much for watching. Have a good one. Bye.